Live from Charlie Cleveland Stadium at Irick Field on the campus of Sarasota High School, this is Sarasota Millionaires Football. This afternoon, the Millionaires taking on the Southwest Florida Panthers in Florida Football Alliance action. And a good afternoon, everybody, wherever you might be watching or listening to us today. Doug Miles with you as we get set to bring you this afternoon's game. And the Millionaires have already beaten the Panthers in week one of the regular season, beat them down in Fort Myers 24-15. That is their only on-the-field win so far. Last week's game against Duval was a forfeit win for the Millionaires, so the Millionaires with an official record of 2-3, but 1-3 on the field. And the Southwest Florida Panthers also a forfeit loss last week at home to the Braden Gladiators. They come in with a record of 1 up and 3 down. Bit of a muggy afternoon today here in Sarasota. Rained earlier this morning. Has cleared up quite a bit. Field maybe a little bit muddy. Temperature in the maybe low 80s by game time here, at least high 70s anyway, but a bit of a muggy summer-type feel, so that may be a factor. Also a factor, the Panthers only dressing 16 players from what I can see, so a lot of those players will be playing both offense and defense. That may be a factor later on as the game wears on. The Millionaires have won the toss, and they will receive the ball to start first this afternoon. Both teams, as we said, have had a couple of weeks off through forfeits. The Millionaires looking to get back out there after they lost a tough one to the Braden Gladiators a couple of weeks ago here. And trying to get back on the winning track after winning in week one. They had dropped 3 in a row. So looking to stay alive in the division here. This is a divisional matchup today in the NFC Central Division in the FFA. So always an important game when you play division opponents and for the playoffs. So we'll see what happens this afternoon as the Millionaires will get set to return the ball on a bit of a cloudy, overcast day, but I don't think we're going to get any more rain. At least it doesn't look that way. And here we go, a low kick down the middle of the field. And it's going to be picked up by Dexter Watson at his own 18-yard line. Gets up, of course, to 25 to the 30, to the 35 to the 40. Just shy of the 40-yard line. Good return by Watson. And the Millionaires will start with pretty good field position on their first possession of the ball game. And we will see the quarterback situation today. It was Mike Peterson 2 weeks ago. The starting quarterback played most of the way, but now Teron Weathersby will come back in as the starting quarterback. He had started the first 3 games of the season for the Millionaires. Struggled a bit. The offense has struggled, so let's see if they can put something together here early in the ball game as they move from left to right. Actually, no, it is now Josh Blanton at quarterback. Weathersby is in the game as a blocking back. And Blanton now turns around, hands it off to Choo-Choo Williams. Brown goes up the far side trying to cut up field, and as he hits the 40-yard line, he is brought down. Good tackle there by the Panther defense. And Brown unable to pick up any positive yardage as he tried to cut up field on the far side. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Well, we'll give him 1 yard, so 2nd and 9. There was a flag, though, in the Panther backfield. And it looks like this is going to go against the Southwest Florida Panthers here. And it is too many men on the field, I believe was the call. So 5-yard penalty brings it up to the 45 of Sarasota. So it'll be 1st down and 5 now for the Millionaires, dressed in the emerald green jerseys today with the gold numbers, black pants, the black helmet with the gold M logo on the side. And Blanton, 1st and 10, 1st and 5 now, behind center, split wide outs to either side. Choo-Choo Brown in the backfield. Blanton drops back to pass, throws to the near side. It is a high pass, juggled, and is it picked off? The Panther defender came down with it. I don't think it's an interception. No, it said it hit the ground. Ed Doris had it there for a second, but incomplete pass. Intended for Dexter Watson. Will bring up a 2nd and 5. For the Millionaires. Josh Blanton signed to the Millionaires before the last game against Braden. Did not play at quarterback in that game, but getting the start this afternoon. Choo-Choo Brown in the backfield again, double wides to the near side, 1 to the far side. Long count for Blanton. Turns around, hands it off. Choo-Choo goes up the right side of center and goes up to about the 47 before he's pushed backwards. So I'll pick up about 2 yards on the play for Patrick Choo-Choo Brown. And we'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 for Sarasota. And now Mike Ford into the game. I believe that's Mike Ford. Yeah, number 25. They've changed his number a couple of times this season, but Mike Ford, who was shaken up a bit in the Braden Gladiator game a couple of weeks ago, did not play much in the second half, comes into the game right now, so I would imagine he's going to get a chance to pick up this first down. Millionaires near the midfield line at their own 47, 3rd down and 3, 13:40 left in this opening quarter. Here at Sarasota High School, Irick Field, the home field for the Millionaires this year, normally playing at Booker, but they are being refurbished, renovated, resided, whatever you want to call it over there. Now the Millionaires line up with a very unusual bunched wide out, 3 to the near side and 1 to the far side. Blanton on the rollout. There was a flag on the play, and Blanton runs with it near the 50-yard line, but he's bumped backwards. But I believe it's going to be an illegal procedure here on the Millionaires. And that's the indication. Very strange alignment there for Sarasota. They had 3 wideouts to the near side, but kind of in a 2 up and 1 back situation. And it looked like there might have been some movement as well. Let's see what the call is. Illegal procedure on the Millionaires, so it'll bring it back now 5 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Ed Schneider, the usual color analyst on our broadcast, unable to make it today, so hopefully he will be able to join us later on this season. So doing a solo broadcast today. Illegal formation is the call, and the Panthers are going to decline it, so it'll bring up a 4th down. And the Millionaires, well, look like they might want to set up a punt here. Let's see what they're going to do. Evan Patoka, the punter, looks like he wants to run on the field. Now he's kind of hesitating. Let's see what Ernest Givens, head coach, wants to do here. It'll be a 4th down and 3. All right, they're just giving the signal again that it was. Now they're going to accept the penalty. All right. So it'll be a 4th down and 8. And the Millionaires will bring on the punting unit. Well, maybe not. Looks like they're huddling up here. Back at the Millionaire 42-yard line, they will not bring on the punting unit. Very interesting here by Ernest Givens. So they're going to go for it. It is actually 3rd and 8. All right, they took the penalty. So 3rd down and 8. So 2 wideouts, actually 3 to the near side, none to the far side. Choo-Choo Brown in the backfield, a lone setback. Josh Blanton behind center. Drops back. Back at his own 32, stops, throws over the middle, and it is a bit overthrown. Trying to hit Chase Barron over the middle. He had his man beat, but the pass was thrown a little bit too far. And now we'll bring up 4th down and 8 for the Millionaires. They will bring on Evan Patoka, the punter, who will kick it away. So the Millionaires on their first series, unable to advance it after a pretty good return. And now the Panthers will have their first opportunity. Eversico Cash back for the Panthers, awaiting the return here. Actually, no, that is Curtis Mack. Patoka gets the snap, gets a good high kick away, and it will be fielded at the 21-yard line by Cash. Takes it out across the 30 to the far side of the field to the 40-yard line. Goes out of bounds as he crosses the 40. So the Panthers will have pretty good field position on their first possession of the ball game. 12 minutes, 35 seconds left in this opening quarter. No score in the game. Sarasota and Southwest Florida down in the Fort Myers area. It's where they play their home games. And they will spot it right at the Panther 40. And the Panthers dressed in the kind of silverish uniforms with blue numbers, silver helmets, blue trim down the side of the pants and on the sleeves. And again, as we said, they've only dressed 16, 17 players from what I could count before the game. So a lot of these players will be playing both offense and defense today. Brandon Connor, starting quarterback for the Panthers today, goes 6'3", 196. looking at his plays on his wrist as they set up with a split backfield. Takes a handoff, rolling out to the far side, throws back the other way. Low pass. It is incomplete. Actually picked up. Dwayne Dawson picks it up. It's actually a lateral, so he had to pick it up, and he's running with it. Gets out across the 40 to the 45 to midfield, and he's tackled there. So a good job by Dwayne Dawson just to pick up that ball and make something out of what could have been a fumble. That was a lateral, so he had to field it. And they pick up first down. Now, that's what you call making something out of nothing. And it'll be a 1st and 10 now for the Panthers at the Millionaire 48-yard line. Heads-up play by Dwayne Dawson, the running back of the Southwest Florida Panthers. As they break huddle, lining up with 2 wide outs to the far side, split backfield again, none to the near side. And Brandon Connor again fakes the handoff. Now he hands it off the other way, back to Dawson going to the near side, cuts up across the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. Got some good blockers ahead of him and picked up about 6-7 yards on that first down carry. In week 1 of the season, the Millionaires defeated the Panthers 24-15, but fell behind in that game, 15-0. And then in the second half, the Millionaire offense was able to get some things going. Patrick Choo-Choo Brown scored a couple of touchdowns in that game. 5-yard pickup, they're calling it on that first down. So 2nd down and 5 at the Millionaire 44-yard line. Remaining in that split backfield, 2 wide outs to the far side, none to the near side. There's a handoff again, this time up the right side of center. Short pickup down to about the 42-yard line. That's Ed Doris, the running back. Give him 1 yard on that carry, brings up a 3rd and 4 for the Panthers. Just underway here at Sarasota High School. Glad you are with us today on our Ustream broadcast. Again, all of our games available as podcasts here at Ustream. And again, you can go to YouTube as well. We posted up there, so check it out. Also go to SarasotaMillionaires.net for team information, and also dougmilesmedia.com for the rebroadcasts as well. Down to the 10-minute mark right now on this 3rd down and 4 play for the Panthers at the Millionaire 42-yard line. Connor behind center, a little motion on the Millionaire defensive line. Here come the flags, and they blow it dead. And let's see what the call is. They're going to call illegal procedure on the Panthers, so somebody on the offensive line moved, drawing the defense off, so that'll move it back 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Back at the Millionaire 47-yard line. Millionaires will have it, at least as far as travel goes, pretty easily the rest of the season. Their only road game is going to be against the Braden Gladiators. Everything else will be right here at Irick Field in Sarasota. Kind of a quirk in the schedule, but the Millionaires will take it. Next Saturday, they'll be right back here at Irick Field to take on the Brevard County Hurricanes. 3 o'clock start. 3rd and 9. Now Connor in the gun, takes the snap, looks to pass, throws over far side. It is caught at the 42 and brought down around the 40. Actually, no, they're saying it was pushed out of bounds on the far side. That was Eversico Cash making the reception. And I believe he is short of the first down. And they're going to mark him right at the 42 where he was pushed out of bounds. So it'll be 3rd down and 3. So they pick up the penalty yardage back. But 3rd and 3 for the Panthers. As we come down near the 9-minute mark here in this opening quarter. No score in the ball game. Divisional matchup this afternoon between these two teams in the NFC Central in the Florida Football Alliance. 2 wideouts split to the near side and 2 to the far side now. Connor in the backfield with 1 running back, hands it off. Dawson, a little inside handoff, and he slips a bit as he tries to go up the middle, and nothing doing there. Millionaires cover that well. Bring him down for no gain on the play, so it'll bring up a 4th down and 3 for the Panthers. Actually, that was 4th down. All right. So they went for it on fourth down there. I saw the third down marker there, but it is fourth down. So they do not make the first down. So the Millionaires get the ball back on downs. And they take over at their own 42-yard line with 8:59 remaining here in this opening quarter, still scoreless. Two wideouts split to the near side, one to the far side. Choo-Choo in the backfield. Blanton back to pass. Back to his own 33, rolling to the near side, throws, near side, one hopper, incomplete. And trying to hit Dexter Watson in the flat on the near side at the Panther 45. Came up with a one bouncer, incomplete, second down and 10. Coming up for the Millionaires. As we said, Millionaires have had 2 weeks of practices getting ready for this game. Of course, last week they did not get a chance to play, as Duval only was able to send 3 players down, so that game was a forfeit win. So they've had about 4 or 5 practices getting ready for this game after a loss to Bradenton 2 weeks ago here at Irick Field. Blanton turns around, hands up Choo-Choo Brown. Brown breaks one tackle, gets across the 45, drives ahead to about the 48, and picks up about 5-6 yards on that second down carry. Going to mark it at the 48, 5-yard pickup for the Millionaires, 3rd and 5. Dexter Watson to the near side, as the Millionaires bring 3 wideouts there, along with Gene Ash and Marcus Zinnerman. None to the far side. Choo-Choo Brown in the backfield. Blanton behind center. Long count again by Blanton. Takes the snap. Drops back. Looks, and it's batted down as he tried to get that pass away. Willie Pruitt came in there and is batted out of the air. He goes 6'4", 240, so a big guy to try and throw over, as Blanton took a little bit of extra time there trying to get that pass play developed. And it goes as a batted down pass, so it'll be 4th down and 5, and the Millionaires will punt it. Second punt of the game for Evan Patoka, who will stand at his 34. As we're right at the 8-minute mark of this opening quarter. Ed Doris back for the Panthers, and it's a fake. It's Marvin Mo Harris on the keeper, and he runs to the near side, gets across the 50-yard line, but he's going to be short of the first down. We've seen that play a few times this season. On 4th down, Marvin Mo Harris, the defensive captain, taking the direct snap, tried to run with it on a bit of a power sweep, but came up short by about a half a yard. Got to the Panther 46, need to really get down to about the 45 to pick up the first down. Or did he get it? He did? He did get it, all right. I thought he was short, but he got it. So first down for the Millionaires as they go for it on 4th. And they continue the drive at the Panther 44-yard line. High formation now. Handoff in the backfield. That's Terrell Brown. And Brown is wrapped up as he comes to about the 44-yard line of the Panthers after about a 2-yard gain. I thought Marvin Mo Harris came up a little bit short on that, but they gave him good forward progress there, so he picked up the first down on a 4th and 5 on the fake punt play. 2nd down and 8. At the Panther 44-yard line. Millionaires again moving from left to right. 6:50 remaining here in this first quarter. No score in the ball game. Two wideouts to the near side and one to the far side. Offset eye. Blanton behind center. Long count again. Little hesitation count. Drops back to pass. Stops, throws, near side, has a man there, and it is going to be picked off. Intercepted by Curtis Mack of the Panthers. Pass intended for Gene Ash. Well, let's see here. Did he kind of wrestle it out of the arms of Ash? Did he make the interception? Officials talking it over. There's a penalty on the Panthers on that play, offside, so a break for the Millionaires there, as they will keep the ball. And also get 5 yards. Be second down and 3 now at the Panther 38. So the Millionaires get a break on the offside penalty. Lining up in the I again, offset I. Single wideout split to either side. Blanton turns around, hands it off in the backfield, and a short pickup down to about the 37-yard line. And I believe that was, Ford on the carry. So short of the first down by about a half a yard. Third and less than 1. I formation again. Split wide outs, 2 to either side. Blanton behind center. Taking a long count again. Now a quick handoff to the fullback, Choo-Choo Brown, who I believe gets enough. There is a flag, though, on the play on the far side of the field. There was some movement there on that long count by Blanton, and the initial indication is offside on the Panthers. So that'll give the Millionaires an automatic first down. Reason for the hesitation on that last carry before that play, Mike Ford normally wears 33. He had been wearing 25 and 27, but I believe he's back to 33 here, so unless we hear differently. No, Ford is wearing 25, so 33 is somebody we don't have on the roster, so we'll try and find that out for you. Mike Ford is wearing 25. You can tell by his trademark kind of reddish-pink shoes that he likes to wear. He's in the fullback of the I formation now, the tailback slot. And he takes the handoff from Blanton, finds a big hole, gets across the 30-yard line, cuts outside to the 25, to the 20, brought down near the 15-yard line. First down, Millionaires. And the first good carry of the ball game for Mike Ford, picking up some good yardage. Got a good hole there, got some good blocking in front of him as well, and he broke some tackles along the way. Down to the 16 is where they're going to mark it, of the Panthers. So best field position, the best chance for the Millionaires so far as they continue this drive on a field goal, actually a punt fake, where Mo Harris took the direct snap, picked up a big first down on 4th and 5 to keep the drive alive. I formation again with Ford in the tailback slot. 2 wide out to the near side, 1 to the far side. Blanton turns around, hands off Ford. Another hole opens there, but he stutter steps a bit, and he's going to be wrapped up right around the line of scrimmage. He had a big hole to his left. I think he wanted to go there, but he kind of did a stutter step to try and fool the defense and slipped a bit, and he was brought down. We'll call it about a 1-yard pickup, second down and 9. As we come down to the 3-minute, 50-second mark here in this first quarter. No score in the ball game, so it's been a running game for the most part so far. Running attack for the Millionaires. They've struggled on offense. Josh Blanton, his first opportunity at quarterback, and moving the offense pretty well so far. Let's see if they can get some points here in this first quarter. Split backfield for the Millionaires. Blanton takes the snap. Little jump pass to the near side. A Choo-Choo Brown caught at the 15, gets down to near the 14, really back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard, as the Panthers read that well. And we'll give them a yard on that, so it'll bring up a third down and about 7 for Sarasota at the 13-yard line of the Panthers. 3 minutes left in this first quarter. As we said, the Millionaire offense has struggled this year, particularly with the passing game. It's some speedy wideouts, but have been unable to really get a passing attack going this season. But right now they're using the running game very effectively. Now Terrell Brown in the tailback slot, Mike Ford in the fullback slot in the I. Blanton turns around, fakes a handoff to Ford, gives it to Terrell Brown, goes outside, and he is wrapped up for no gain on the play. Good job by the Panthers to read that one. And it will bring up a fourth down. They picked up about a yard on that play, so fourth and, let's call it 5, maybe 2 yards they gave him. So it'll be a 4th and 5. They're going to bring on the field goal unit. Evan Patoka will come on the field and line up for a field goal attempt. We saw him in pregame warm-ups. He was hitting them through from about 45 yards, and this will be a much shorter kick than that. Going to spot it at the 17, so a 27-yard attempt for Evan Patoka, who is a left-footed kicker. And Mike Lynch, the holder, puts the ball down. Patoka gets a nice foot into it, and it is good. So Evan Patoka, with 1:38 remaining here in the first quarter, gives the Millionaires a 3-0 lead on a 27-yard field goal. And they strike first here in this defensive running-type battle so far. And we'll take a short time out. You're listening to Sarasota Millionaires Football on the Millionaire Football Network and dougmilesmedia.com. And back at Irick Field, Doug Miles with you. Millionaires up 3-0. 1:38 left in the first quarter. And a effective drive there as they go 58 yards. Again, kept alive by that fourth down fake on the punt. Mo Harris picking up a first down on a 4th and 5. And the Millionaires take it down and get a field goal out of it. They are up 3-0 right now. Now Patoka with the kickoff. Nice high end over end, kind of a spinning kick, taken at the 12-yard line, out to the 20-yard line. Joseph Johnson on the return. And he takes it out to about the 24-yard line. And that's where that was actually Javaris Murray on the return. And the Panthers will start 1st and 10 at their own 24. And with 1:33 left here in this opening quarter. So the Millionaires kept the ball there for a good 6 minutes on that drive. Anytime you can control the clock with a good running attack, you're always ahead of the game. And the Millionaires needed to kind of alter their offense a bit, and so far the running game is doing a good job. Panthers line up with 2 wideouts split to the near side and 2 to the far side. Brandon Connor, quarterback in the gun, takes the snap. Quick throw to the near side. One hops it, incomplete to Terrence Lynham. Kind of rushed that throw a bit. Lynham was open, but delivered it on a one-hopper to him. Incomplete. And I'd like to say hi to Coach John Mackler, who is listening out in Colorado today. Coach, former offensive coordinator for the Millionaires, follows his former team on our broadcast. So, Coach, if you're listening, we want to say hello to you and wish you well. Coach Mackler handling the offense out of the team in Colorado. So we'll find out more about that. They play a little bit later on in the spring and summer. Direct snap again to Connor in the backfield, rolling out, and he kind of gives a dump-off pass to Terrence Lyon, goes up the far side, hit hard as he hits the 30-yard line, still on his feet, though, and finally wrapped up around the 35-36 of the Millionaires, of the Panthers by the Millionaires and near the first down marker. And let's see where they spot it. First down at the 35 of the Panthers. So it looked like it might just be a short gainer. He was hit initially, Lyon was, but kept going and picked up the first down. As we come down to the 1 minute mark of the first quarter. Brandon Connor will drop back into the shotgun again. This time they have three wide receivers split to the near side, none to the far side. One back set, that's Dwayne Dawson, standing to his quarterback's right in the backfield. Connor takes the snap, takes a handoff inside on the end around, hands it off to Javaris Murray going outside, but he cannot cut upfield. Good job by the Millionaires to cut that one off. And Malachi Jackson over there on the stop. And actually about a half a yard loss on that play. So good job by the Millionaire defense reading that one on the end around handoff. And a loss of one. It'll bring up a second down and 11. And a clock in motion with 20 seconds. I don't think, well, maybe they will. They're breaking huddle. Let's see if they get this final play off here in the first quarter. At the line of scrimmage with 12 seconds. Three wideouts again to the near side. Dawson in the backfield with his quarterback Connor. And wide out in motion to the far side. Connor takes the snap. Rolling right. Throws. It is caught, but I don't know if it's inbounds or not. No. Incomplete. And that is the end of quarter number one. Time has expired. Well, let's see here. Officials, I didn't see a flag on the play. Is there a flag on this? Talking it over. Okay. And that is the end of quarter number one. After one, it's the Sarasota Millionaires 3 and the Southwest Florida Panthers nothing. You're listening to Millionaire Football here at Ustream.tv and at dougmilesmedia.com. And back at Irick Field, Doug Miles with you as the teams change ends. Panthers now moving from left to right at their own 31-yard line, third down and 12. Two wideouts split to either side of the line. Connor takes the snap, being a rush, and he's going to be wrapped up and sacked back at the 20-yard line. Trayshawn Simmons got in there and took down the quarterback on the sack. Really unblocked, just came right in and took Connor down. Going to spot at the 24, so it's fourth and about 22 now, and now the Panthers will have to kick this one away. Well, now there's some discussion here. Well, the clock was not set at 15, so they got to get that set again for the second quarter. Clock shows 3:20 on it, so they'll have to reset that. And it's reset now to 14:20. And the Millionaires should get pretty good field position out of this. As they will have to punt it now, the Panthers will. See if the Millionaires put a bit of a rush on this as well. Good snap. And the kick gets away. A very poor kick to the far side. Kind of a shank. It's going to go out of bounds at around the 40, 45-yard line. Let's see where they spot it down of the Panthers. So the Millionaires are going to get great field position here to start this second quarter. And they're going to spot it at the Panther 43. With 13:45 remaining here in the first half, Millionaires up 3-0. And now moving from right to left here in the second quarter. Josh Blanton in a quarterback today, his first chance at QB. Played some offensive plays and defensive plays earlier a couple of weeks ago, but first chance at quarterback. Here's a deep throw down the far side of the field, trying to hit in the end zone, and it is a interception. Trying to connect with Dexter Watson, and it was picked off by Ed Doris. Doris did a good job of guarding Watson. That ball was thrown right in there. Good throw by Blanton, but Doris wrestled it away and came up with the INT. So the Panthers get the ball back. First turnover of the ball game for either team. And the Panthers have it at their own 20-yard line. 13:37 left in the first half. Well, Millionaires had the great field position there. Went for it all on the deep pass down the far side in the end zone. But Doris picked it off, and offense right back out there for Southwest Florida. Brandon Connor, who first couple of series was behind center, now in the gun. The last couple of series always gives the quarterback a little bit more time on a passing play as they line up with two wideouts to the far side. Now one wideout in motion going to the far side. Connor throws over there, far side, and it is incomplete. Trying to hit Ed Doris over there, who just made that INT. Incomplete. Ball was thrown behind him. And it brings up a 2nd and 10 at the Panther 20. Those of you just joining us on our FFA Millionaire broadcast, NFL rules in the Florida Football Alliance, but only a 10-game season, so we're actually into the second half of the season already. Officially game number 6 of the year. And the Millionaires in desperate need of some wins here to stay in the playoff race. They have one division win that came against the Panthers in Week 1. They have lost 2 other division games to the Braden Gladiators and to the Orlando Rage. They will get another chance at each of those teams. Bradenton on the road and Orlando here in a few weeks. But important division game today. Here's Connor taking the snap. Hit hard as he gets rid of the ball and comes out of his hand incomplete. And a good rush by the Millionaires on the quarterback. Jeremy Burkholder getting in there, putting a good shot on Connor. And as he was throwing the ball, it just kind of floated out there weakly. 3rd down and 10 now for Southwest Florida. At their own 20-yard line. And again, Panthers just dressing 17 players this afternoon, and as this game wears on, particularly if Millionaires can build up a lead or of a touchdown or two, it's going to be very tough for this Panther team to stay fresh. A lot of guys going to be playing offense and defense today. Bit of a muggy day, too. Now they line up with 3 wideouts from the far side, none to the near side. Connor takes the snap And he finds nobody open, evades one tackler all the way back to his own 10-yard line, though. Now looks back to the near side. Now he's going to be brought down all the way at his own 5-yard line. That line collapsed right away. Kind of did a good job to scramble and get some time, but the Millionaires kept pursuit, and they finally bring him down, this time at the 5-yard line. 15-yard loss on the play, and it brings up a 4th down. So the Panthers will be punting it from their own end zone. And the Millionaire defense playing very well so far this afternoon. And the Millionaires will get the ball back again in great field position. And Broderick Shaw standing just about a yard inside the end zone, the back of the end zone, will await the snap here on the punt. Here comes the rush. It's a high, short kick away. It's going to bounce at the 32 and go backwards toward the Panthers, and will be fielded around the 28. So the Millionaires will get it at the Panther 28-yard line here with 12:36 left in the first half. They're up 3-0. There is a couple of flags, though, in the end zone. Let's see if there's a running in the kicker. Yep, that's going to be the call against the Millionaires, or is it roughing the kicker? That'll be an automatic first down for the Panthers. That's the kind of mistake you can't make there. You're going to get field position anyway. Don't want to give your opponent the ball back. Ernest Givens looking out there. That's the personal foul variety, so that should be roughing the kicker call. It's going to be an automatic first down for the Panthers. And the Panthers will get it back at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. So fresh set of downs for Southwest Florida, and the Millionaire defense has to come right back out there. And I'm sure defensive coach Thad Starling is going to have a conversation about that in practice this week. Never give your opponent an opportunity to get out of trouble like that through a penalty. Clock in motion with 12.5 left in this first half. 3-point game. Millionaires, only point so far. And Evan Patoka, 27-yard field goal. With 1:38 left in the first quarter. And that's our scoring so far. Connor, inside handoff. Dawson, wrapped up. Nothing there. And going to be brought down for actually a loss of a couple back to the 18, maybe the 19. So the Millionaire defense doing an outstanding job of clogging up the middle. Panthers had a couple of runs early in the game where they went outside and Dawson picked up some yardage, but they're trying to go up the middle on the Millionaires, and there's just nothing there. 2nd down and 11 after the 1-yard loss. 3 wide receivers split to the near side. Now Doris is going to come back from the wide out to the far side into the backfield, so split backfield for the Panthers. Now Doris steps up to the line as a tight end. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Panthers. Some confusion on what they want to do offensively, so first time out of the ball game with the score, Millionaires 3, Panthers nothing. You're listening to the Sarasota Millionaires Football Network and dougmilesmedia.com. And we're back, second down and 11 at the 19-yard line of the Panthers. 11:22 remaining in the first half. And the Panthers line up with three wideouts to the near side, one back set. Now Doris in motion to the far side. That was actually Everseco Cash in motion. Connor takes the snap, floats it over there. That's Dwayne Dawson catching it in the flat, but cannot pick up any forward motion at all. He is brought right down, and it's going to be about another yard loss on the play. Very slow to develop on that kind of flare pass to the far side flat. It'll be third down and 12 now, back at the 17-yard line of the Panthers. And the Millionaire defense really stifling the Panther offense right now. You just get the feeling if the Millionaires can get that defense fired up and just some kind of offense, particularly on the ground game, they can make a run at getting in the playoffs. But got some tough games ahead of them. Got to win these divisional matchups. Third and 12. Connor gets away from one tackler, but not two. He's going to be sacked at the 10-yard line. That pocket collapsed in a hurry again. And Connor was brought down. Big Chris Odom getting in there and putting the final stop on the quarterback. Back at the 11-yard line, and it'll be fourth down. And about 17 now. So once again, the Panthers are going to have to punt it from deep in their end of the field. And Broderick Shaw, once again, this time he's still in his end zone, but just inside his end zone, rather than the back of it. And see if the Millionaires can avoid the same mistake they made before. Go for the block, but don't run into the kicker. Low snap. Good job by Shaw to pick it up. Gets the kick away. Far side, goes out of bounds. Well, it actually stays inbounds at the 42. Like it's going to hop out of bounds. Picked up at the 42. Taken out of bounds at the 30-yard line of the Panthers. And the Millionaires will start first and 10 with outstanding field position again. Watson on the return. And the Millionaires will have it with 9:30 left here in the first half at the Panther 29. Millionaires moving from right to left here in the second quarter. Patrick Choo-Choo Brown in the backfield, the lone running back. Josh Blanton at quarterback behind center. Single wideout split to either side of the line. Blanton takes the snap. Extends the handoff to Choo-Choo going up the left side. Gets out to about the 25 down to the 24. And he picks up about 4 or 5 yards on that first down carry. Blanton doing a good job so far of running the offense today. Looks like he's been doing it all year. Very confident back there. Well, the defender is shaken up. Looked like Dwayne Dawson shaken up on that play, who was in there on the stop of Choo-Choo Brown. Call a 4-yard pickup, second and 6 for the Millionaires at the 25 of the Panthers. And as you look over at the Panthers sideline, there's only 6 players sitting over there, so 11 got to be in at all times. You're going to be doing some shuttling over there, both offensively and defensively. Second and 6. 2 wideouts to the far side, none to the near side. Choo-Choo in the backfield. Blanton, again, a long count. Hands off. Choo-Choo goes outside. And this time he's going to be wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. And a very good job there by the Panthers to stop Choo-Choo. That was Ide Cardavis making the stop, grabbing Choo-Choo around the knees there, not enabling him to advance. No gain on the play. Third and 6 for the Millionaires. 8.5 left in this first half. Choo-Choo again, the lone setback in the backfield. Split wide outs, one to either side. Long count again by Blanton. Takes the snap, back to pass, throws near side. Choo-Choo in the flat, makes the catch. Hit at the 25, gets away and puts the helmet down, takes it down inside the 20-yard line. That time Choo-Choo will not be stopped after the initial hit. Little jawing going on back and forth after that play. Kind of firing himself up there. I don't think he was talking to anybody in particular. Just a little exuberance there after he made that big first down to the Panther 19-yard line. So the Millionaires get a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10 at the 19 of Southwest Florida. 7.5 left here in this first half. And the Millionaires up 3-0. Very quick moving game so far. All the running plays. Clock keeps moving. Now the Millionaires set up with one wide out to the far side. Tight end on the far side of the line. Nobody on the near side. Double tight end. Blanton. Hands off. Ford up the middle. Big hole. 10-yard line. Hopping over tacklers to the 5. Down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Millionaires. Good run by Mike Ford. Just hopping over tacklers. There's a flag, though, back at the line of scrimmage. On the far side of the field. It's going to be legal procedure on the Millionaires, so this will come back. Well, Ford showed why he has been one of the top running backs in high school football in Sarasota. Playing on his former home field here at Irick Field. Played here and also at Riverview High School during his high school career. Played briefly at USF. And still trying to connect with I know Arena League, doing some tryouts with them, and Canadian Football League perhaps. Still trying to get an NFL team perhaps interested in him. That's why he continues to play with the Millionaires. And you never know who may be watching or listening to your ball game. So Mike Ford comes out every week and tries to keep the career going. Now a timeout called by Sarasota. They will take their first charge timeout with 6:43 left. Here in the first half, we'll take a timeout ourselves. Millionaires 3, Panthers nothing here on the Sarasota Millionaires Football Network and dougmilesmedia.com. And we're back here at Cleveland Stadium at Irick Field. Doug Miles with you during the timeout. You may be able to see on your screen there Ernest Givens, head coach of the Millionaires, having a conversation with the officials. Not happy about something. So we'll try and find out what that is. There's also a penalty, I believe, was called right before that timeout on the Millionaires. That was the illegal procedure call. I thought I saw another flag come out after that, but apparently not. So it'll be first down and 15 for Sarasota at the Panther 23-yard line. 6:43 left in the first half. And, well, yep, another penalty was called during that timeout. And a 15-yard penalty, so unsportsmanlike, called against the Millionaires for something there. So They're going to move it all the way back now to the 38-yard line of the Panthers. And they have to get to the 9 for a first down. Well, first and 27, right? First and 29, if I can do my math right the first time. So the Millionaires push back a bit, but still pretty good field position nonetheless. I formation, offset I. One wide out split to the far side and to the near side. Blanton turns around, hands up Choo-Choo Brown, slashing up the right side, gets across the 35 down to near the 34. And picks up about 4 yards on that carry. And we get another illegal procedure call on the Millionaires on that play, so negate that run. And the Millionaires right now just backing up on penalties. Headed down around the 20-yard line. Now you're back in at your 42-yard line of the Panthers now. So continuously being pushed back here, but still first down. One wide out to the far side. Choo-Choo in the backfield. Blanton turns around. Choo-Choo gets across the 40 down to the 35 and brought down around the 34-yard line. And he picks up about 7 yards on that carry. Second and 25 for the Millionaires. Well, they'll be content if they can just keep running the ball and taking time off the clock. Already down to 5.5 left in the first half. Very ball-controlled offense today. Blanton has only thrown it a couple of times, has not completed one yet, so they're content to keep it on the ground if they can pick up first downs doing that. Blanton, that time he fakes the handoff, rolls out. Now he's going to throw it deep down the near side, up for grabs. Teron Withersby there, but he was double covered and it was knocked down. Incomplete. Not a badly thrown ball. Floated a little bit, but Weathersby had a chance at it, but he was triple covered there, and the ball was knocked away out of his hands at the last minute. So to bring up a third down and 24. Not seen Mike Peterson in the ball game today. I don't see him on the sideline, who had been at quarterback last time. He doesn't play quarterback. He will play a wide receiver spot and do special teams, but apparently he's not here today. So Teron Weathersby would be the backup quarterback. But Blanton doing a good job so far. Behind center. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, stops, looks, throws far side. Hover throws his intended receiver. Trying to hit Ben Seymour over there. But well over his head, out of bounds, incomplete. And this will bring up a fourth down. Now Evan Patoka will come on. And will no doubt try to pin the Panthers deep in their end of the field on this punt. Third punt of the ball game for the Millionaires. And back deep is Ed Doris for the Panthers, standing in his own 6. Good snap. Patoka steps up into it with the left foot. Nice high spiral kick. Far side of the field and bounces up the 7. Goes out of bounds. Beautiful kick by Patoka. Took a nice bounce out of bounds on the far side of the field. Goes out around the 8-yard line. That's where the Panthers will start. First and 10. 4:51 left here in this first half. Still just a 3-point game, though. And they're going to, well, apparently there's a flag on the play here. Encroachment on the defense, we hear, and Panthers going to decline that. Kind of surprising. I thought they might want to make them kick it again here, since they're pinned all the way back at their own 8. But they're going to decline the penalty and get the ball 1st and 10. I might make the Millionaires kick it again if I were the Panthers. You can't do much worse than the 8-yard line. And a chance of perhaps getting a good run back. But they're not going to do that, so they'll take it at their own 8-yard line. And they break huddle. Brandon Connor with Ed Doris. And the tailback slot in the eye. 3 wide outs to the far side. And Connor runs into Doris as he tries to hand it off. Now picks it up at his own end zone. Throws it out of there and nearly caught, but incomplete by Terrence Lynham. Nearly made a one-handed grab. Boy, that was dangerous for the Panthers as the handoff exchange fell to the ground. Connor able to pick it up, actually bounded into the end zone. Connor picked it up, rolled around, got it out of there on a throw, and Lynham nearly made the catch. But it all falls as an incomplete pass play. Second down and 10 for the Panthers at their own 8-yard line. Wild sequence there. Panthers very lucky to come out of that without any points scored on them on a turnover. Now they break huddle. Split backfield. Quarterback Connor in the gun. Nobody on the near side. 2 on the far side. Wideouts. Connor takes the snap. Here comes the rush. Gets rid of the ball. It is picked off at the 20-yard line. Returned to the 10. And knocked out of bounds at the far side. Did he get in? No, he got in the goal line there. Touchdown. I thought he was knocked out over there, but he kept in bounds. And Terrell Brown, check that. Well, number 20. And we don't have a 20 on the roster, so we'll have to find out who that is. But it's a touchdown for the Millionaires. For a touchdown, a 20-yard return with 4:33 left in the first half, and now Patoka with the extra point. And we'll get who that touchdown was in a little bit. Number 20 not on our roster. Now Patoka with the extra point try. Here's the snap, the spot, the kick. It is up. And it is good. So with 4:33 left, it's the Sarasota Millionaires 10 and the Panthers nothing. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Millionaire Football on Ustream.tv and dougmilesmedia.com. And we are back. That was Albert Frazier who made that interception and scored for the Millionaires. Just clarified that. So number 20 is Albert Frazier who made that pick six for the score. 10-0 now for the Millionaires as they take the lead with 4:33 remaining now, or extend their lead, I should say. And the defense did a good job there, just keep your opponent deep in their end of the field. You're eventually going to get something good happen for you. Now Patoka with the kickoff. Nice high kick again. And this one is going to go into the end zone. Cash will look like he wanted to bring it out, but he thought better of it as the Millionaires were already downfield. Takes a knee for the touchback. Now the Panthers will start at their own 20-yard line. 4:31 left here in the first half. They trail it now 10-0. After the Millionaires score a defensive touchdown, Albert Frazier picks off Brandon Connor, and it takes it down the far sideline, 20 yards in for the score. And now again, the Panthers deep in their end of the field. Panthers come in with a record of 1 up and 3 down on the season. Millionaires beat the Panthers in Week 1 in Fort Myers, 24-15. That's the only on-the-field win for Sarasota so far. Now Connor behind center, turns around and hands it off in the backfield. Nothing doing there as the Millionaires stop Dawson on that carry. That was actually Terrence Lynham on the carry for no gain. Doris, my mistake there. Ed Doris on the carry. But he loses 2 on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 12, back at the 18-yard line. Now the afternoon clearing up a bit. It was cloudy at the start of the game, but sun coming through nicely now. Still a bit warm and muggy for a mid-February day, at least by Florida standards. Around 80 degrees today, so it feels a little bit summery out there. Now 4 wideouts, 2 to either side, and a bunch formation. Connor takes the snap. Here comes the rush, and just gets rid of it, and the pass is complete to Lynham, but Lynham's only going to get back to the 15-yard line as Connor was being pursued, grabbed around the 5-yard line. Connor just threw it up in the air, kind of a shovel pass, and Lynham able to pick it up, but still going to lose yardage on the play. Back to the 15-yard line. And it'll be a 3rd down and 15 now for the Panthers. So the Millionaire defense really putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, Brandon Connor, this afternoon. And as we thought, the short roster for the Panthers, that is definitely going to come into play, may already be in play, as they have to keep shuttling players in and out. Just 17 dressed for this afternoon's ball game. Down to 2 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first half. Millionaires up 10-0. And the Panthers facing a 3rd and 15 now. 4 wideouts again, this time spread out. Connor takes the snap, rolls to the near side. Here comes the rush again, and he's going to be brought down, and the ball comes loose. Touchdown, Millionaires! Ross on pick 6. Allen takes the ball away from the quarterback as he was being sacked around the 5 and just walks into the end zone for the 2nd defensive score of the game. We'll call that a fumble recovery for the touchdown. And the Millionaires fired up right now with 2 defensive scores back-to-back. And the Millionaires have not had a lot to cheer about this year, particularly the last 3 games, so they're enjoying it right now. Now Patoka with the extra point. And Josh Blanton, the holder. And the extra point is up. And it is good. So the Millionaires now jump out to a 17-0 lead over the Panthers with 2:29 remaining here in the first half. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Millionaire Football on the Sarasota Millionaires Football Network and dougmilesmedia.com. And welcome back to Eyrig Field here at the campus of Sarasota High School. And two defensive scores back-to-back, an interception and now really a strip of the quarterback, strip of the ball of the quarterback. So Rosstown pick six Allen takes it in from 5 yards out on that touchdown. And the Millionaires now lead at 17-0. Patoka, a nice booming kick down the middle of the field again, taken by Doris at the 3-yard line. He'll return it to the 10, up to the far side, to the 15, to the 20, and brought down at the 24-yard line. And the Panthers have 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the first half to try and do something here offensively. They have been stifled by this very tough Millionaire defense, reminiscent of what the Millionaire defense has always been. They haven't really had an opportunity to do that much this year as the offense has struggled a lot. But right now, the Millionaires taking it to the Panthers and trying to get a very important division win this afternoon. They'll play Brevard County, the Hurricanes, next Saturday here at Eyrig Field. And then they will have the Gladiators on the road. Orlando will be coming in as well. So some big games coming up for Sarasota to make a run at getting into the playoffs. Most likely they'll have to go in as a wild card. But still the possibility there. Connor takes the snap, fakes a pass, and is going to be brought down again in the backfield. That pocket collapse once again. And Jansen Mitchell got in there quickly and brings down Connor, the quarterback. And a timeout call, I believe, by the Millionaires. Yep, they call a timeout. It'll be second down and 14, loss of 4 on the play. 2:11 left, so Millionaires thinking here, get the ball back. Well, with some time on the clock left in the second quarter, there's a 2-minute warning as well. Play NFL rules in the FFA. Millionaires have 1 timeout left, and the Panthers have 2. I think the Panthers right now just want to get into halftime and try and get rested up as best you can for a second half. Again, a short roster for the Panthers this afternoon. Making the trip up from Fort Myers. And a second down and 14. They bring out 2 wideouts to the far side and 2 to the near side. Actually 3 now to the near side. 1 back set. And back to pass. Actually, that's a new quarterback in the ball game. That's Kevin Parker in a quarterback on that play. Throws deep down the near side, incomplete. Kevin Parker replaces Brandon Connor at quarterback now. The last couple of minutes of the first half, illegal procedure. That often happens when you bring in a different quarterback. A little different count, a little different cadence. And it will be declined on the incomplete pass. Brings up a 3rd and 14 now for the Panthers. And it appears one of the Panthers are just looking at the far sideline, being attended to. Looks more like a cramp situation. Let's hope that's all it is. That might be the quarterback over there. Can't see the number. Connor. Again, it is a muggy day today, so cramps could be a factor as well. First real warm day, if you want to call it that. I know people up north may be watching and listening are going to say, what are you complaining about? It's warm. We're not complaining, but it is a fact. It's warm today down here. Muggy for football. Playing in the daytime. Normally the Millionaires in the past have played nighttime games at home. But playing in the afternoon here at Eyrig Field this season. 3 o'clock starts. And 3rd down and 14 coming up. 2:05 remaining here in the first half. And a bit of a delay here getting this play set. Now we're set to go. Panthers send out 2 wideouts to either side of the line again. Kevin Parker in the gun at quarterback. Takes the snap, drops back, throws near side, complete. Brandon Connor actually in at wide receiver, makes the catch, and takes it out to the 28-yard line. But there is a flag on the play right there as well. Brandon Connor, so he comes back in as a wide receiver, takes the reception there and brings it up to the 28-yard line. Still will be short out of first down, but let's see what the penalty is. Perhaps a face mask. No, it's against the Panthers. Illegal use of the hands. Block in the back is the call. And the Millionaires will actually decline this. They'll accept the pass reception, but decline it. It brings up a 4th down and 8 for the Panthers. And we're at the 2-minute warning right now, actually minute 57, so another stoppage of the clock. And that's the official timeout call there. Sarasota 17 and the Panthers nothing. We'll take a timeout ourselves. You're listening to the Millionaire Football Network and dougmilesmedia.com. And we're set to resume now. Minute 57 remaining in the first half. Panthers have it. 4th down and 8 at their own 28-yard line, and they're going to go for it here. Kevin Parker takes the snap, and the ball is batted down by big Marvin Mo Harris as he comes in and puts the rush on the quarterback, knocks the ball down, and the Millionaires will get it back at the 28-yard line of the Panthers. And a minute 54 left in the first half, so they can pick up some more points here going into halftime. Interesting call there by the Panthers to go for it on that 4th and long, putting the pressure right back on their defense. And the Millionaires send out 2 wideouts to the far side, actually 1 to the far side, 1 to the near side, and Choo-Choo Brown in the backfield. Blanton behind center. Long count. Takes the snap. Drops back. Stops. Looks. Steps up in the pocket. Throws on the run. Has a man there. It is caught at the 5-yard line by Teron Weathersby. He's going to be down there. And a good sharp throw by Blanton to Weathersby, who made a good catch in traffic and takes it at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Millionaires. Weathersby pretty well covered, too, but nice throw by Blanton. Kept it low, and now Blanton just clocks it. They want to save that 1 timeout they have left. And it will be 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line as Mike Ford comes in the game now, so you can almost count on him getting the ball here for a couple of carries, try and punch it in here. And they're going to take that timeout anyway. So they clocked the ball, but did not have the play set, so they're going to burn that final timeout. You may not have wanted to clock it there, but Ernest Givens out on the field talking to his offense. And telling some of the wide receivers, get off the field. Most likely going to be a running play here. So you got to wonder about the Panthers going for it on that 4th and long at their own 28. Incomplete pass, actually knocked down by Marvin Moe-Harris, and gives the Millionaires the ball back. One play down to the 5. Now the Millionaires have a chance to go up by 24 points at halftime if they can punch it in here. Choo-Choo Brown, Mike Ford will line up in the backfield. Marvin Moe-Harris as well in the backfield. So Mo will probably be a lead blocker here for whoever gets the ball on this play. Blanton takes the snap, hands off Choo-Choo. He has Ford and Marvin Moe in front of him, and Choo-Choo still a high step into the end zone. Touchdown! Choo-Choo Brown from 5 yards out for the score. And he knew it as soon as he got the ball. He had that blocking in front of him. A little high stepping. And now Patoka with another extra point try. He's been a busy kicker today in a good way for him. He doesn't mind it, I'm sure, kicking all these extra points. And this one is up. And it is good. So with 1:19 remaining here in the first half, the Sarasota Millionaires 24 and the Southwest Florida Panthers nothing. You're listening to Millionaire Football on the Millionaire Football Network and dougmilesmedia.com. And we're back here at Irick Field, campus of Sarasota High School. Millionaires up 24-0 over the Southwest Florida Panthers. 2 defensive touchdowns back-to-back, and now Patrick Choo-Choo Brown takes it in from 5 yards out as they go for a squib kick on the near side of the field, kind of an onside kick, and it was recovered, but I believe the ball was already out of bounds before Nigel Matthews could pick it up. There is a flag on the play. I think he was out of bounds, so the ball was out of bounds before he was able to catch it. But there was also a flag back at the 40-yard line of the Millionaires. Well, the Millionaires going for an onside kick. Orlando did that to the Millionaires a few weeks ago, if you remember, in Orlando. They were up quite a few points as well and went for an onside kick in the second half. Offside on the Millionaires on the kickoff, so they will redo this. And they'll now kick it off from the 35. So the penalty on the Sarasota Millionaires. I'd rather make that the 30 they'll kick it off from now, instead of the 35. So you never want to give, again, your opponent an opportunity here to get another chance at returning the ball. Even though you're down 24-0, Panthers, if they can get a quick score here, you're not out of this ball game yet. Right now they're down by 3 scores. You factor in 2-point conversions along the way. Now Patoka will kick it off from his own 30. Pretty good kicker for the Millionaires, who just joined the team this year. They'd been without a kicker last year on extra points and field goal tries, and now a good kicker on the kickoff. Good kick again. This one's going to roll all the way back to the goal line. It'll have to be fielded, though, and a forward pass, and that's going to be flagged down. I don't know what they were thinking there. Ed Doris picked it up at the goal line. He thought it was going to go in the end zone, as everybody, I think, did, and it stayed out, and he picked it up and inexplicably threw it across the field, but a forward pass. So you can't do that. It was a lateral, sure, that's fine, but that was well ahead of him, about 10 yards ahead of him. And again, you can't go much further back than the goal line anyway, so see where they mark the ball here. So you see some unusual things in FFA football. I think Doris thought that ball was going to go through the end zone. It kind of took a funny bounce and stopped at the goal line. Came up into his hand. And he did pick it up, did not decide to run with it, though. Just threw the ball to the near side, but an illegal forward pass. Going to be marked now at the 2-yard line for the Panthers. And the Millionaire defense out there again. They're saying we can get more if we can force another turnover here. No timeouts, though, for them. Panthers have 2 with 1:10 left here in the first half, which has slowed down considerably and moved along pretty briskly for a while. But the last 5 minutes or so off the clock have taken a while. Millionaires have scored 3 times, and it has considerably slowed down this ball game. Now Kevin Parker takes the snap in the end zone, throws it out to the far side, and here comes the flags. Yep, Brandon Connor, the intended receiver, was interfered with. So that'll get the Panthers out of trouble, at least out of the end zone. Flag thrown at the 18-yard line. And Connor was hit right before he could get the ball there, so that's the penalty. Interference on the Millionaires. First and 10. Two wideouts to the far side, one to the near side. Parker came in a quarterback last series, replacing Connor, who is now in a wideout position. And they got everybody going out on this one. 5 wideouts. Parker throws over the middle and nearly made the completion. Curtis Mack had a lot of room there, but just ahead of him. Mack got the fingertips on it with the right hand, but could not haul it in. Boy, he had a lot of room there if he made the catch. The pass just out of the reach of Curtis Mack. Second down and 10 with 58 seconds left here in the first half. Now Parker talking over with his receivers on the near side. 2 to the far side as well. Takes the snap. Quick throw, far side, complete, 25-yard line. And taken out to about the 27, 28-yard line, near the first down marker. And that was Paul Williams on the carry, on the reception. Timeout, Panthers. They have 1 left with 51 seconds left in the first half. First down on that play. They did make enough for the first to the 29-yard line. So the Millionaires here, they don't want to let the Panthers get a quick touchdown at the end of the first half, give them some momentum into the second half. Panthers will get the ball to start the second half as well, as the Millionaires won the toss and received to start the game. So you never want to give your opponent a chance to get a late touchdown at the end of the first half and then to get the ball back again in the third quarter. First down at the Panther 29-yard line. They have one timeout left. Two wideouts either side. Parker in the gun, takes the snap. Looks far side, lofts it over there, has a man there. It is caught at the 42-yard line of the Millionaires, pushed out of bounds on the far side. Brandon Connor making the reception, went up and grabbed that one out of the air. And a first down for Southwest Florida, and the clock stops. With the out of bounds, 48 seconds left here in the first half. No huddle for the Panthers. Already up to the line of scrimmage, four wideouts again. Here's the snap. Parker throws far side, complete. And it's complete down to about the 38-yard line. And that catch made by Cash. And he picks up about 4 yards on that play. Clock stops again with the out of bounds. 37 seconds left. Nope, they took the timeout. All right. They took the final timeout. So the Panthers now have to work the sidelines or take a couple of shots down the field here. 37 seconds is a lot of time in football. Millionaires now talking it over with Thad Starling, defensive coordinator, and Ernest Givens. Sure, telling them, let's not let these guys get a late touchdown here. Give them any hope in the second half. Panthers line up again in that four wideouts formation. Split way wide. Parker takes the snap. Here comes the rush. High throw down the far side. It is up for grabs and incomplete. Willie Pruitt over there trying to make the catch, but that ball was lofted, and the defense was there to knock it away. Albert Frazier over there along with Ben Seymour. And they'll bring up a third down now, 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. 36 seconds left in the half. At the Millionaire 37-yard line. Three wideouts split to the far side. Quick pass to the far side. It is complete. Ed Doris, but he is brought down for about a 1-yard loss, too. Did not get any forward momentum after he made the catch in the flat. Loses about 2 yards on the play, so it's 4th down now and 8. And they just have to go for it here as they have no timeouts. Clock continues to run, under 15 seconds remaining here in the first half. And this will probably be the final play of the half. 7 seconds on the clock, 6. Here's the snap. Parker fakes a throw, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to run with it. Cuts outside to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. Down the near side, goes out of bounds as time runs out here in the first half of play. So excellent first half, best first half of the season for the Sarasota Millionaires, as they score 24 points, 3 touchdowns and a field goal. 2 of those touchdowns defensive scores, and they go into halftime with a 24-0 lead over the Southwest Florida Panthers. We will take a timeout. For those of you watching live, we'll just keep the stream going. For those of you on the replay, just fast forward on the bottom of the screen there to about 15 minutes from now to the start of the third quarter. The Millionaires 24, Panthers nothing. You're listening to Millionaire Football here on the Millionaires Football Network and dougmilesmedia.com. on the air when you called. I couldn't answer the phone. But just got the message there, so that's good. We've got everything lined up there. So, yeah, we're set for the O's. That's good. All right, Millionaires winning 24-0.5, so it's all Millionaires today. So, good game for them. But, we'll talk to you later. It's halftime now, so talk to you a little later on. Thanks.
Very proper. I'll let Carl approve mine. I don't know what the actual should be. Millionaires are kicking. August 6th, 1973. The Millionaires are kicking. Ronnie Monick. Elizabeth Penning. Okay, thank you. One.
And welcome back to Cleveland Stadium at Irick Field on the campus of Sarasota High School. Doug Miles with you as we conclude our halftime break. The Millionaires up 24-0 over the Southwest Florida Panthers. Millionaires took the 3-0 lead with 1:38 left in the first quarter as Evan Patoka knocked through a 27-yard field goal. That's how the first quarter ended, 3-0 Sarasota. Then the Millionaires got two defensive scores, an interception return of 20 yards by Albert Frazier with 4:51 left in the second quarter, made it 10-0. And then Rossan pick-six Allen stripped the ball out of the quarterback's hands of the Panthers and took it in from 5 yards out. That made it 17-0. Took it away from Brandon Connor, who was at quarterback at that time. And then minute 54 left in the first half. Choo-Choo Brown, a 5-yard touchdown run. That's where we stand right now, 24-0. Sarasota Millionaires over the Southwest Florida Panthers in this divisional game this afternoon here in Sarasota, Florida. And the Millionaires looking to even their record to an official 3-3, even though last week was a forfeit win. But good to get a win on the field after 3 losses in a row on the field. So right now both teams coming back out on the field of play. The Panthers will get the ball to start this third quarter after they threatened at the end of the second quarter, but unable to get any points. And here we go. Evan Patoka with the good high end-over-end kick taken at the 5 out of the hands of the returner. And then coming back to pick it up. Now he takes it out to the 15 to the 20-yard line and brought down at the 20. That was Javaris Murray on the return for the Panthers. And the Panthers will start first and 10. Once again, pinned pretty deep in their end of the field. They have not had great field position in quite a while. They had some good field position early in the game, but since then they've been at their 20-yard line or deeper. Cloudy, kind of overcast afternoon. Sun peeked through a little bit in the second quarter. Now cloudier again, but I don't think we're going to get any more rain. It rained heavily this morning, early this morning. But the field not in bad shape. Last few weeks that we played here, there's been more mud patches on the field, a little slipperier, but have not seen too many players slipping and sliding today as we have in previous games here during the season. So pretty good shape for this Irick Field turf today. And Kevin Parker will remain in at quarterback. He came in late in the second quarter. And Brandon Connor will now stay in a wideout spot as they line up with 4 wideouts. High snap. Parker throws it as he kind of jump passes it over the middle. Nobody there. And incomplete. But there is a flag thrown on the play right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be against the Millionaires, I believe. The side judge pointing to one of the Millionaires. And we'll get the signal now. High hit to the head is the call on Sarasota. So they'll mark it off now. 15 yards. And again, if you're just joining us, FFA Football plays NFL rules, so the high hits are called as personal fouls. and takes it out now to the 34-yard line of the Panthers. 1st and 10, just underway here in the third quarter. Panthers trailing at 24-0. Millionaires defeated the Panthers 24-15 back on week 1 of the FFA season down in Fort Myers. 2 wideouts split to the near side and to the far side. Parker throws quickly far side, complete to Connor. But Connor cannot get anything after the catch. Good job by the Millionaire defense. 3 of them over there to make sure nothing happened after that reception. Chris Odom on the stop. And we'll bring up a 2nd and 10 at the Panther 34. Next Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock, right here at Irick Field. Millionaires taking on the Brevard County Hurricanes. Busy weekend, busy Saturday anyway, next week here in Sarasota. Not only the Millionaires play at home, but the Baltimore Orioles kick off the Grapefruit League season over at Ed Smith Stadium. So a lot of sports next Saturday afternoon here in Sarasota. Parker takes the snap. Back to pass. Throws a high pass to the near side. It is up for grabs and knocked away from the intended receiver, Eversico Cash, as Albert Frazier knocked it away. That ball floated. Gave Frazier a chance to come over and just bat it away at the last minute from the wide receiver. 3rd down and 10. And Parker knows he has to get rid of the ball in a hurry. That strong rush by the Millionaires all afternoon long. And we'll see now how the short roster for the Panthers affects them in the second half. Again, shuttling in about 17, maybe 18. I guess I counted one short. 18 players overall for the Panthers made the trip up today. So do the math there. You need 11 on the field at any given time. So a lot of guys playing both offense and defense today. Now before the snap, we get flags. And it's a false start on the Panthers. So to make it 3rd and 15 now. Back at the 29-yard line of Southwest Florida. Again, all our games broadcast here at Ustream.tv, available as a podcast. You can go here to the same Ustream.tv site or go to YouTube.com. Just type in Millionaires Football, and it will come up. Also do our post-game reports there as well, dougmilesmedia.com. Another site follows the Millionaires. A lot of information there as well. Parker gets the snap. Here comes the rush. Gets rid of the ball. Throws far side. Incomplete. In out of the hands of Brandon Connor on the far side of the field. Nearly picked off as well. And we'll bring up a 4th down and 15 for the Panthers. And it looks like, well, they don't bring on the punter yet. I'd be surprised if they go for it here, but no, now they bring on the punting unit, okay. Or at least setting up to punt it. Brandon Connor actually in now at punter instead of Shaw. Takes the snap, and he gets rid of it on the kick. And it goes out of bounds after a short kick at the Millionaire 46-yard line. So the Millionaires will get good field position here. Their first possession here in the second half. 13:02 remaining here in the third. They're up 24-0. Millionaires dressed in the emerald green jerseys today with the gold numbers, black pants, black helmets with the gold M insignia on the side, and moving from right to left here in this third quarter. Starting 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Josh Blanton gets the first start at quarterback today, done an outstanding job so far running this offense, primarily on the ground. It's been successful. And he turns around, hands it off to Mike Ford, going up the near side, gets across the 50-yard line, stiff arms one to the 45, and tripped up down near the 42-yard line. Good run there by Mike Ford. And he picks up a first down for the Millionaires. Changed out of his trademark reddish pink shoes there. Just goes to the black shoes now. But picks up a good run on that first down carry. 1st and 10, Millionaires at the Panther 42. Millionaires line up with 2 wideouts to the far side, none to the near side. 1 back set is Ford. Here's a pitch to Ford, far side, 40-yard line. And he struggles to get to the 35, reaches across the 35 where he's down there. And picked up some good yardage after that initial hit he took. And they're going to spot it at the 34 of the Panthers. And for about a 7-yard pickup. Well, must have been a flag thrown there. I don't see it on the field. But it is a penalty against the Millionaires. Holding is the call. All right. Didn't see the flag come out, but it is a holding call on Sarasota, so that negates Ford's run. And moves the ball back now just inside their half of the field at their own 49. 1st and 20. 11 minutes, 38 seconds, and counting left in this third quarter. Millionaires up 24-0. 2 defensive scores this afternoon. Rossown pick 6 Allen, and Albert Frazier. Choo-Choo Brown with the other running score, and Evan Patoka, 27-yard field goal. Josh Blanton turns around, hands it off to Ford up the right side of the line, and he plunges ahead across midfield down to the 45 of the Panthers. Pick up about 6. Good run by Ford, putting that helmet down and punching it through up to the 45 of the Panthers. 6-yard gain on that play. 2nd down and 4 for the Millionaires. Second down and 14 for the Millionaires. On the 1st and 20, so still a bit of a ways to go here for Sarasota after that holding call. 2 wideouts to the far side, now 1 in motion to the near side, Eugene Ash. Blanton back to pass, throws near side, complete. Marcus Zinnerman on the reception. He takes it across the 40-yard line down to about the 37. And a good pickup there, about 6-7 yards on the play. As the Millionaires, chewing away at that 1st and 20, now have a 3rd down and 8 at the Panther 38. Mentioned the Grapefruit League starting next week here in Sarasota, throughout all of Florida. But the Sarasota Orioles, or actually not Sarasota Orioles, but they train in Sarasota. Baltimore Orioles over at Ed Smith here in Sarasota will start next Saturday. Regular spring training games against the Toronto Blue Jays, 1:05. And then right here at 3 o'clock will be the Millionaires and the Brevard County Hurricanes in football. Here's Blanton with the throw down the near side. Caught by Teron Weathersby at the 15. Rolls ahead inside the 15-yard line. Blanton was rushed there, got rid of the ball, and Weathersby made a good catch there to go up and grab it and take it inside the 15-yard line of the Panthers. 1st down, Millionaires. Weathersby, who had been the starting quarterback for 3 of the Millionaires' games, now coming in as a wide receiver today and doing a good job. Made some good catches. Made a key catch at the end of the second quarter to take it to the 5-yard line, which set up Choo-Choo Brown's touchdown, and now another one to the 15-yard line of the Panthers. 1st and 10, Sarasota. 3 wideouts to the far side. Ford in the backfield. Blanton behind center. Now, long count again. Jumping offside are the Panthers. Let's see if the call is a false. Nope, it's going to be against the Millionaires. False start. So to move it back now to the 20. 1st and 15. As we come down to the 8-minute, 39-second mark of the third quarter. Millionaires have had the ball for nearly 5 minutes on this drive. Have had some good clock-consuming drives this afternoon, just keeping the ball on the ground. Chewing up yardage, chewing up time. 3 wide outs to the far side again. A 1-back set. Now a flag from the side. Judge comes out. And it is against the Millionaires, lining up offside. So the Millionaires push back another 5 to the 25-yard line. And it will be 1st and 20 now. So penalties have been a problem for the Millionaires this season. And even though the Millionaires up 24-0 today, I'm sure Ernest Gibbons not liking this. Penalties pushing them back when they had it down to the 15, now at the 25 on a 1st and 20. Josh Blanton behind center, 3 wide outs to the far side, onto the near side, 1-back set. Blanton turns around, pitches it back, and scooting back to the line of scrimmage. And the running back takes it pretty much back to the line of scrimmage, maybe half a yard pickup. So we'll call it, nope, they're marking it right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. Well, we don't have a number 33 on the roster, so we'll try and find out who that is for you. But that's who carried the ball. Second down and 20. Down to 7:20 left here in the third. Lynch behind center. Long count again. Takes the snap, drops back. Stops, looks, throws over the middle into the end zone. Has Seymour, touchdown, Millionaires! 25-yard touchdown pass from Blanton to Ben Seymour for the score. And it makes it 30-0 now, with 7:04 remaining here in the third quarter. And a beautifully thrown ball by Josh Blanton. Ben Seymour got into the middle of the field there, found a seam, got open there in the end zone for the touchdown. And the extra point try by Patoka is good. And that makes it 31-0 Sarasota over Southwest Florida with 7:04 left here in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Millionaire Football here at Ustream.tv and dougmilesmedia.com. And back at Irick Field, Millionaires up 31-0. Pete Phillips is number 33 on the roster, new to the Millionaires, so we want to get that information for you. And playing at running back on certain plays today, but a good pass and catch by Josh Blanton to Ben Seymour. Right over the middle, 25 yards, 31-0 Sarasota right now. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be taken at the 7-yard line. Returned out across the 20 to the 25. And near the 30-yard line before he is wrapped up. And that's where the Panthers will start, 1st and 10. Returned by Ed Doris. And they will start 1st and 10 with 6:57 left here in this third quarter, and down 31-0. Oh, by far the best offensive showing for Sarasota this season. Scored 24 points in week 1 and now have surpassed that with 31 this afternoon. And now the fatigue will be showing on the Panthers again with the short roster today and a bit of a bus trip up, so their goal now is just don't get shut out. 2 wideouts split to either side, 1 back set, and Kevin Parker in at quarterback now. He jumps up behind center, now back to the shotgun. Long count, and now we get a stoppage of play, and it's the illegal procedure. Full start on the Panthers. So confusion again on offense for them. Took a long time to get the play set. And they'll take it back to the 25-yard line. 1st and 15. 4 wideouts again. 1 back set. Parker takes the snap. Here comes the rush. Parker lofts it in the air down the far side. Up for grabs. It is bobbled and incomplete. Dwayne Dawson over there, the intended receiver. And he was guarded by Malachi Jackson very closely. And that pass floated again, so it became kind of a jump ball situation, and Dawson unable to bring it down. 2nd and 15. As you mentioned earlier, the Millionaires' favorable schedule, at least travel-wise, the rest of the year. They will not play a game further than Bradenton for the rest of the regular season. Everything else will be right here at Irick Field. But very important games coming up later in the year, particularly against Orlando and the Gladiators, both in the division. Both they've lost to already. Here's a pass over the middle. It is thrown in traffic and incomplete. Nearly picked off. And you get the feeling now the Panthers are just trying anything in a desperation mode, throwing it over the middle, but there were 4 Millionaires nearby and only 1 Panther receiver. 3rd and 15 now at the Panther 25. Invite you to join us on Monday nights for Sports Talk. Don Henderson and myself talk sports and whatever else is going on in the world of entertainment and news, primarily sports though, and invite you to join us Mondays at 7 p.m. at Blog Talk Radio, also available at dougmilesmedia.com. Here's Parker throwing deep down the middle of the field, and there comes some flags as the ball underthrown. Coming back to try and make the catch was Curtis Mack, and they ran into a couple of defenders, and here come the flags. And it will be a defensive pass interference call on the Millionaires. So the Panthers get a break there as they will get out of trouble back into Millionaire territory. First time they've been there in a while. And they get it now at the Millionaire 40. So fresh set of downs for the Panthers at the 40-yard line of Sarasota. Moving from left to right in this third quarter, dressed in the silver uniforms with the blue numbers, light blue I guess you'd call it. And the blue trimming down the side, silver helmets. And 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Parker throws over to that far side of the field, up for grabs again, and incomplete on the far sideline. Trying to hit Connor over there, but good defensive coverage by the Millionaire defensive backs there. He was double covered. So a very small margin of opportunity for that pass to be completed. Millionaires doing a good job today in the secondary, covering those wide receivers. Doing a great job all around defensively. 6:08 remaining here in this third quarter, and it's a 2nd and 10 now from the Millionaire 40. Millionaires comfortably on top, 31-0. Scoring early here in this third quarter. Josh Blanton to Ben Seymour, 25-yard touchdown pass. First start of the year for Blanton at quarterback. I think the Millionaires may have found their guy for the rest of the year. Parker rolling out. Here comes the rush. Gets rid of the ball. It is complete to the 40-yard line to Cash. And the Cash goes out of bounds near the 35. And there is a flag all the way in the backfield. Could be a holding call. Personal foul. Roughing the passer is the call. So this will go against the Millionaires, it appears. As Parker in trouble on that last play, got rid of the ball, but being called now for roughing the passer are the Millionaires, so that is a personal foul. 15 yards and another automatic first down. Down to the 25-yard line of the Millionaires. .6:01 left here in the third. And today's game kind of reminds you of the way the Millionaires have played predominantly in the past. They have not really been able to get anything going offensively until today. 2 wideouts to the near side, actually 3 now, 1 to the far side. Parker comes up, tells one of his wideouts where to go. 1 back set. Parker takes the snap. Here comes the rush again. Lofts it over the middle. It is up for grabs again, and Parker continuously throwing that ball in a floating type of manner. Really not a lot of zip under it, and there's a flag, though, on that play. Could be another defensive interference call here. Really throwing up jump balls here. And it appears to be another defensive pass interference call on the Millionaires. And it will be now brought down inside the 10-yard line. Down to, it looks like, the 7. And it'll be a 1st and goal for the Panthers. 1st and goal for Southwest Florida. Chance to get their first points of the ball game here late in the third quarter. 2 wideouts split to either side. Parker this time behind center now as he takes the snap. A flag comes down. Full start. Well, they continuously shoot themselves in the foot here with some penalties and mistakes on offense. And they'll move it back now out of outside the 10-yard line to the 12. 1st and goal. Down to 5 minutes left here in this third quarter. 2 wideouts again, split to either side. Parker in the gun. And Terrence Lynham standing to his left in the backfield. Here's Parker lofting it into the corner of the end zone. It is caught by Lynham for the score. Went up and kind of hauled it in. And the Panthers get on the scoreboard with a 12-yard touchdown pass from Parker to Lynham. Had to wait for a second for the official to raise the arms there, but he just did get inside the end zone with 4:43 left as they go 70 yards on that drive. And it appears they're going to go for 2 here. Nope, they're going to go for the kick. I thought they were going to line up for two. Nope, they take a direct snap, and I think the play was blown dead. That was Curtis Mack lining up as a extra point kicker, took the direct snap and ran with it, but that play was blown dead before it developed. So we'll sort this out. Full start on the Panthers. Now they're going to line up just to go for two. Sending out four wideouts. And now we're going to get a delay game. So it took a while for them to get that two-point conversion play set. Now they're going to have to do it from 5 yards further back. So basically Southwest Florida has to go for two in every touchdown they're able to score. If they do score any more here, they have any chance. So might as well go for two the whole way. Parker takes the snap. Throws down near side of the end zone. Up for grabs. Caught for the two-point conversion by Connor, who started the game at quarterback. So a good grab there by Connor. And with 4:43 left, it's the Millionaires 31 and the Panthers 8. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Millionaire Football at Ustream.tv and dougmilesmedia.com. And welcome back to Irick Field. Doug Miles with you this afternoon. The Southwest Florida Panthers, their first score of the game. Good drive for them, going 70 yards in about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And they cap it off with a Parker to line him. 12-yard touchdown pass. Two-point conversion is good. It is now 31-8. Let's see if the Panthers go for an onside here. Nope. Kick it straight down the middle. Squib kick. Taken at the 27-yard line by Peter Phillips, and Phillips gets across the 40 to the 45. Good return by Phillips, who just joined the team since the last time the Millionaires played 2 weeks ago, and a good return for him. Millionaires get good field position here after a touchdown by the Panthers, and they're going to get it at their own 46-yard line. 4:36 left here in the third. 31-8 is the score. And it's been a good day for the Millionaire offense. Good day for Josh Blanton, really controlling the team on offense, doing an outstanding job. First start for him, and no sign of nerves at all. Now a little bit of a delay on the far side of the field before the play can get going here. Not exactly sure what that was. So getting the sticks in place. So that's what the Millionaires were really looking for, somebody at quarterback that they could feel confident with. And I think they found their guy here. Let's see how that plays out the rest of the year. But so far today, it looks pretty good. Here's a pitch in the backfield. Ball comes loose, and it's going to be recovered. It looks like it looked like the Panthers had it for a second, and then it came loose again. So let's see. Ball squirted out of the hands of Malachi Jackson. Actually, that was Nigel Matthews had the carry there. Ball came out of his hands. And it remains Millionaire ball. Well, fortunate for them, that ball was recovered briefly, it looked like, by one of the Panther defenders, but came out of his hands, and the Millionaires keep it. And they actually pick up 9 yards on the play. 2nd down and 1 at the Panther 45. Under 4 minutes left here in the third. And we get a 2 wide out formation on the far side, actually 3 on the far side, none on the near side. 1 back set. Blanton fakes a pitch, inside handoff. And a good hole on the near side for Eugene Ash. Takes it all the way down inside the 30-yard line, pushed out of bounds at around the 27-yard line. Eugene Ash, who normally is a wide receiver, took a handoff kind of on an inside end around and picks up good yardage, but there is a flag at the line of scrimmage, and this will probably come back. Holding call. Well, that explains the big hole there. Normally when you see a big hole like that and there's a flag on the play, it's a hold, and that's what it is on the Millionaires. So they'll move it back 10 yards. And back to the Millionaire 45. So 2nd down and 11 at the Millionaire 45-yard line. Single wide outs, one either side. Ben Seymour on the far side, who caught a touchdown pass here in the second half. Blanton hands it off. Ash again. Big hole up the middle. Gets across midfield into the 40-yard line of the Panthers, down to about the 39. And a good run there. That was actually Nigel Matthews on the carry. Similar build for both of those players, but Nigel Matthews picking up a huge chunk of yardage. Got that penalty back and a couple more for the first down. Picked up 12. So the Millionaires going to a bunch of different running backs today, using some of their wideouts also at running back. And it's been successful today. 1st and 10 at the Panther 40. Down to 2 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the third quarter. 31-8 is the score. Sarasota on top. Zimmerman in motion there. Here's a pitch back to Nigel Matthews. This time he's wrapped up in the backfield and going to be dragged backwards and finally down all the way back at the 40, but he'll get forward progress. Not quite that far back, but will be a loss of yardage nonetheless. That time the Panthers read that one very well on the pitch back to the running back. Nigel Matthews had no chance there to pick up any yardage. They're going to mark it at the 48 of the Panthers. Bring up 2nd down and 18 now for the Millionaires. Down to 1 minute and 20 left here in this third quarter. Millionaires just taking their time. well in control of this one. Blanton, behind center, takes the snap. Turns around, bootlegs it, now throws over the middle. Seymour there, up for the grab, and he makes it. Brings it down to the 21-yard line. Nice grab by Ben Seymour there on a rollout pass by Blanton, and Ben Seymour went up, hauled it in, picks up a big first down for the Millionaires at the 20-yard line of the Panthers. Good day for Seymour. He has really kind of been shut down this year, as the whole passing game has been, and now with Blanton in at quarterback, I think that connection again between quarterback and receiver, particularly with Seymour, one of the favorites of the Millionaires throughout their history, things are looking up now. Two wideouts to the far side, one to the near side. Phillips in the backfield takes the snap, goes up to the far side of the field, trying to cut upfield, and he gets down back to the line of scrimmage. Good job in pursuit by the Panther defense there, holding Phillips to no gain. And that will do it for quarter number 3. At the end of 3 quarters of play, it's the Sarasota Millionaires 31, the Southwest Florida Panthers 8. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Millionaire Football here at Ustream.tv and dougmilesmedia.com. And both teams changing ends right now as we start the 4th quarter of play. And again, next Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock start. Millionaires right here at Irick Field taking on the Brevard County Hurricanes. I should join us for our 3 o'clock broadcast here at Ustream.tv. You're making our way over from Ed Smith Stadium after some spring training baseball and head over here to Irick Field. So a baseball-football doubleheader next Saturday afternoon. Hope you can join us for our Ustream broadcast. 3 o'clock kickoff. 2nd and 10 for the Millionaires at the 20-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Panthers. Very unusual to have a timeout called on a end of quarter change of field, but Panthers weren't ready, so they have to burn a timeout. Or they call on the Millionaire. He pointed to the Panthers, but they took it off the Millionaire side, so it's a Millionaire timeout. So, spring training baseball, not only at Ed Smith in Sarasota, but over in Bradenton, McKechnie Field, the Pittsburgh Pirates training there. So, a lot of baseball in our area here in Southwest Florida. Of course, up in Tampa, you have the Yankees. Down in Fort Myers, you got the Red Sox. And Clearwater, you got the Phillies. And the Rays, of course, down in Port Charlotte. So, a lot of great baseball the next 5 or 6 weeks here in this area. As it's baseball time again. Always good to see that. 2nd and 10 now from the Panther 20-yard line for the Millionaires. Now moving from left to right. Here's a fake pitch by Blanton. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. Nobody there. Trying to hit Teron Weathersby over the middle, but that pass thrown a little bit too far ahead of Weathersby. Also slipped on the play. And it brings up a 3rd down and 10. Millionaires send out Ben Seymour, split wide to the near side. Weathersby on the far side, along with Eugene Ash and Zinnerman in the wide out spot. Phillips. Pete Phillips in the backfield, the lone setback. Nobody on the far side now. 3 wideouts on the near side. And now we get another delay of game call. This one on the Millionaires, particularly after a timeout. Ernest Givens not happy with that. And he'll have a word with his quarterback on that. So he'll bring up a 3rd and 15 now, back at the 25-yard line. But despite that error there, Millionaires have played a pretty clean game today, penalty-wise. A couple of times they got pushed back, but for the most part, a much cleaner game than they've had in a while. So getting back on the right track after a 2-week layoff since losing to Bradenton a couple of weeks ago here. Here's Blanton looking trouble. Now he gets rid of the ball to Phillips on the far side. They'll dump pass. Phillips on the run, and he gets up across the 25, maybe down to the 23, pushed out of bounds on the far side of the field. Blanton was in trouble there and just kind of gave it to Phillips and said, you run with it. That will bring up a 4th down. And let's see if they go for a field goal here. 4th and 8. And Patoka does come on for the field goal try. He has a 27-yarder in the first quarter. This will be spotted at the 24, so a 34-yard attempt for Evan Patoka. Again, a left-footed kicker. Here's the spot. Here's the kick. Got the distance. And got the accuracy. It is good from 34 yards out. And Patoka, his second field goal of the game. And it gives the Millionaires a 34-8 lead with 13:24 remaining here in the ball game. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Millionaires Football here at Ustream.tv and dougmilesmedia.com. And welcome back. Doug Miles with you. Millionaires answer the Panthers score with a field goal of their own. And it is 34-8 right now. Here's the kick. And it's going to be returned by Cash. Cash takes it out across the 25 and across the 30-yard line. There is a flag, though, on the play. And one of the Millionaires shaken up on the kickoff return coverage. Could be a block in the back. See what that the number is in a minute. But a good day for Evan Patoka. As we mentioned, 2 field goals, one of 27 yards, one of 34. Made all of the extra points. Good job on the kickoffs. So definitely a weapon in any league, but particularly in this league where kickers are at a premium. And he's done a great job today, as has really the entire team. And let's see, getting up is Pete Phillips, who was shaken up and able to walk off okay, so maybe just the wind knocked out of him. But let's see what the flag is here. Unnecessary roughness is what we're told. So that goes against the Panthers. And they will once again start deep in their end of the field at their own 18-yard line, trailing 34-8. So Millionaires will even their record officially at 3-3. 2 on-the-field wins, both against the Panthers. Panthers will fall to 1 up and 4 down. Parker takes the snap. Throws deep down the near side. Again, a floater, and coming back to, he had it for a second. Cash had it and bobbled it, and he's upset with himself. Came out of his hands, incomplete. He went back and went up to grab it, bring it down, but bobbled it as he came down, and it falls incomplete. If he caught that, he probably could have turned around and scored, too. It was one of those passes they had to come back for. Again, a floating pass by Parker. 2nd down and 10 at their own 18-yard line. Two wideouts again to either side of the line. One back set. Parker replacing the starting quarterback, Brandon Connor. Now Connor in the wideout for most of the second half. Here's Parker on the run again. Throws it over the middle of the field. Connor there, but overthrows him by about 2 strides. And it was well covered as well. So the Millionaire defensive backs really doing a great job of blanketing the receivers for the Panthers today. Brings up a 3rd and 10 now for the Panthers. 13:03 remaining here in the ball game. And we invite you to tune in if you like Frank Sinatra music, to 1280 WTMY here in Sarasota. You can also go at WTMY online via Ustream and do a show there. So check that out if you like. 1280 WTMY located right here in Sarasota and online at Ustream.tv as well. Here's Parker with a quick pass over the middle to Connor. Had it for a second and fell out of his hands, incomplete. Started to run with it before he had full control, and it fell to the ground. And we'll bring up a 4th down now, 4th and 10. As the Millionaires have really frustrated the Panthers today on offense. They have not been able to get anything going at all, except for that last scoring drive that they had. But other than that, they've been pretty much shut down. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th and 10 at their own 18-yard line. Parker takes the snap, rolls out. Now comes back the other way, motioning for the receivers to go downfield, running to the near side of the field, throws back across the grain, across the middle of the field. It is knocked away at the last minute. Incomplete, trying to connect with Patrick Green, and the Millionaires will take over on downs at the Panther 18-yard line. So frustration for the Panthers there. Now nobody open. And the Millionaires will get the ball back. And one of those games today for any team that has the opportunity to do it, to get a laugher now and then. Millionaires have needed it. They have had a rough go so far this year. For the last 3 weeks, getting shut out to Orlando 42-0 on the road, then losing to Bradenton, crosstown rival, a couple of weeks ago here. Have been unable to really get any momentum. Today is a day where they can get well in a hurry. Now you have to take it to next week's game against Brevard County and then say, hey, let's see what we can do against our divisional opponents the rest of the year, Orlando and Bradenton. Bradenton will be on the road. Orlando will be here. And a flag comes out before the Millionaires can get up to the line of scrimmage. So there's a 5-yard penalty on them. Back to the 23-yard line. First and 15 now for Sarasota. 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Mike Ford in the backfield. Blanton pitches to Ford, going off the right side of the line. Gets a little blocking ahead of him, gets to the 15, down near the 10-yard line. And that is Ford's favorite play there, kind of the power sweep, where you can go outside and get a little blocking and head of steam going, and he can pick up some good yardage doing that. And he picks up 8 yards on that play. Actually, he picks up more than that, 13 yards on that play. It was first and 15, so a good run by Mike Ford. Second down and 2. At the 10-yard line of the Panthers. Blanton hands off Ford, left side of the line, cuts inside through the middle to the 5, to the goal line, and brought down just shy of the goal line. It appears there is a flag, though, at the 7. And it's offside on the Panthers, so they will decline that. And it is at around the 1, maybe 2-yard line is where they spot it down, so it'll be what'll be here? First down, yeah, that's what I thought. They could pick up a first down. It started at the 15-yard line. So first and goal at the 2-yard line, let's call it. See if Ford gets a chance to pick up a score here. He's in the backfield. Blanton. Ford takes the handoff, but he's pushed backwards there. Panthers read that one well. And came backwards. And a loss of a couple on the play. And it was a fumble. Okay. I did not see the ball pop out, but the ball came loose. And the Panthers have recovered it. So one of the issues for the Millionaires this year has been fumbles. It's the first one today that the Millionaires have lost. So the Panthers get the ball back at their own 3-yard line with 11:22 left in the ball game. Second turnover of the ball game for the Millionaires. Panthers have had one. One was an interception. Actually, 2 turnovers for the Panthers. Both of those resulted in defensive scores for the Millionaires. Here's a pass out to Connor. And Connor makes the catch across the 15-yard line. And good enough for a first down. Gets him out of a little bit of trouble. First and 10 at the 17-yard line of the Panthers. Under 11 minutes remaining now in the ball game. Parker takes the snap, low snap, puts the throw, throws deep over the middle, has Connor there, makes the catch at midfield, ball comes loose as he comes to the ground, and he falls on it, and they say it is a complete pass. He caught it for a second, the ball came loose as he was being brought down, and he fell on it, but I believe they're going to call this a catch. And it will be a first down for the Panthers at the Millionaire 42. If they had replay, I think Ernest Givens might throw the red flag on that, but we don't, and he can't. First and 10 for the Panthers. No huddle. Sending out 4 wideouts, 2 to either side. Parker takes the snap, rolls near side, being rushed, throws back across his body, and incomplete. Trying to hit Patrick Green over there. And it'll be second down and 10. Under 10 minutes now remaining in the ball game. Millionaires will even their division record to 2-2 with today's win. Both wins against the Panthers and the losses to Orlando and Bradenton, but they will have to beat at least one of those two, really both of them, to have a good chance of making the playoffs. Here's Parker throwing it over the middle. It is complete to the 39-yard line. And that was Willie Pruitt on the catch. And he picks up about 5 yards on the catch. Millionaires can find a way to beat both Orlando and Bradenton. They'll be in good shape. But at least one of those teams they have to beat to have a chance at the playoffs. Here's Parker just going to run with it up the middle. And he takes it down to the 30-yard line, about the 31 of the Millionaires, and should be good enough for a first down. Again, only 10 games in the season. Division record's very important. So they'll have 2 more division games. 4-2 would put you in good shape. 3-3, you have a chance, but they have a lot of work ahead of them. Parker takes the snap, throws over the middle, complete, inside the 20-yard line, and the pass was caught by Everseco Cash. And that should be good enough for another first down. It is, as the Panthers are moving the ball pretty well on this series. Down to the Millionaire 17-yard line. Again, they have division winners make the playoffs, and then a couple of wild card teams will also get a chance to qualify in the FFA. So, barring a collapse by Orlando and Bradenton ahead of them, Millionaires will be fighting for a wild card spot. Now we get a timeout call. Millionaire timeout. With 7:54 remaining here in the fourth quarter, we'll take a timeout ourselves. You're listening to Millionaire Football on Ustream.tv and dougmilesmedia.com. And we're ready to resume. 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the Millionaire 17-yard line. Parker throws to the corner of the end zone, up for grabs, and it's going to be picked off by Rosson Pick-Six Allen at the goal line. Takes it up across the 20-yard line to the near side, to the 30, to the 35-yard line. And Rosson Pick-Six, who stripped the ball earlier from the quarterback Brandon Connor in the first half, gets an interception there. And returns it out to the 35-yard line. That is turnover number 3 for the Panthers today. And the Millionaires get the ball back. 7:41 remaining here in the ball game. So a good day for Rosson Pick-Six. Scoring a defensive touchdown and now an interception right at the goal line. And the Millionaires 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Two wideouts to the far side, one to the near side, one back set. Choo-Choo Brown takes the handoff, gets outside to the 40-yard line, out to about the 44 before he's tripped up. Close to a first down. And Choo-Choo Brown enjoys playing the Panthers. He scored twice in week 1 on the road. In Fort Myers, he scored today and has had a pretty good day running the football. 9-yard pickup for Choo-Choo Brown. Second down and 1 at the Millionaire 44. And split wideouts, two to either side again. Choo-Choo in the backfield. Blanton behind center. Hands it off. Choo-Choo goes outside, gets across the 50-yard line, down into Panther territory, still on his feet to the 40-yard line, breaking tackles, still going at the 30, inside the 30-yard line, breaks another tackle to the 20, to the far side, to the 10. Touchdown, Patrick Choo-Choo Brown. 56 yards. Kept breaking tackles the whole way. Thought for a couple of times he was down, and he just broke out of the pack there. And a great run by Patrick Choo-Choo Brown caps off his day with his second touchdown of the game. And he just kept going. Alvin Patoka, another extra point try for him. Try and make it 41-0. And there was a flag thrown before the extra point. And it's against the Millionaires. So they'll kick this further back 5 yards for Evan Patoka. Offside, I believe, is the call. Here's Patoka with the extra point. And he drills it through. And with 6:29 remaining in the ball game, it's Sarasota 41 and Southwest Florida 8. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Millionaire Football on the Ustream.tv and dougmilesmedia.com. And welcome back to Irick Field. Patrick Choo-Choo Brown, his second touchdown of the ball game, electrifying 56-yard touchdown run, makes it 41-8. And we understand on our Ustream broadcast, we have a 3-hour recording limit. So with this game pretty well in hand, if we do drop out before the actual end of the game, you'll know what happened there. But we have about 3 minutes left on that and 6 minutes left in the game. So just so you're aware, the recording ends, that's what happened. But the Millionaires up comfortably 41-8, so I think you all know what the final will be. As the kickoff taken down at the 10-yard line, returned out near the 20. And that's where the Panthers will start. What started out as a fast-moving game has slowed down a bit with the scoring today by the Millionaires. So we're going past our 3-hour allotment of time. And the Panthers will start 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line. Parker in the gun, sending out 3 wideouts to the far side, takes the snap, throws deep over the middle of the field, up for grabs, and Connor goes up and holds it in. Let's see, did he hang on to it? In a battle there with Malachi Jackson. And one of the officials pointing to Southwest Florida. Connor did come out with the ball, so a good job by him. Bit of a wrestling match there with